is really hitting the spot. That's for sure. Hola Spain lovers, hola food lovers, Stuart here with another food review video. I'm standing outside the place that I'm going to have something to eat tonight. I'm in the province of Seville in the south of Spain in a city called Alcalá de Guadaíra, and this, as I said, is the place where I'm going to try some of the local food. So without further ado, let's go and sit down and get stuck into it, shall we? Vamos! Vale, pues entonces voy a tomar la ensaladilla esta que con gambas.
Ensaladilla de gamba
Y también uno de pulpo.
y una tapita de aliño de pulpo.
Sí, ¿qué más había? ¿Otra?
También tienes el cóctel de aguacate, el cóctel de marisco y las patas rusas y las gambas cocidas.
Vale, ¿la rusa qué es?
Las patas rusas son las de cangrejo, como las patitas de cangrejo, pero las finitas.
Vale,
¿Te la enseño?
pues,
¿Quieres
vale.
verla?
No, voy a tomar la ensaladilla y
el aliño de
pulpo y espero hasta las 9.
Perfecto.
Okay? Now, I've just been told that the kitchen doesn't open until 9 p.m. The time currently, I'll just check what the time is. It is currently 17 minutes to 9, so I've got a bit of a wait here, but I've ordered a couple of things. Now, the first thing I want to point out is that here, normally when you order a glass of beer, you get a glass of beer that's only half full. Why is this? I've got no idea, but I think it's got something to do with the hot temperatures here in the south of Spain, and it is that your beer doesn't get warm because you drink this basically very, very quickly. So your beer doesn't get warm. It's actually quite a good idea in my opinion. I've also been given these little olives here, which look quite appetizing as well. And when you're in the south of Spain, you're going to be getting a lot of olives, that is for sure. Let's see. Absolutely fantastic little olives. Now, I've ordered a couple of things. They've only got cold food at the moment, so I've gone for a typical salad in this part of the country with some prawns in it, and I've also gone for some octopus, which is also cold. And I'm going to wait for the kitchen to open and try something hot. And the menu that they have is quite extensive. It's a seafood place. It's a beer and seafood place, basically. You can get wine as well, but I reckon the majority of people would be drinking a cold beer, trying some of the seafood. So that's what I'm going to do as well. And I'll show you the menu in just a moment. But first, I'm going to have a sip of this beer before it gets warm. Yeah, that has hit the spot. Now, it might be a little bit noisy as well. There's lots of traffic, lots of people walking by. This is a busy part of the town, Alcalá de Guadaíra, here in the south, around 17 kilometers southeast of the capital city, Seville, which is very, very busy at the moment. Lots of tourists, and there's also an important football game on. But here, it's relatively quiet compared to the hustle and bustle of Seville that is. Now, let's take a look at the menu and see exactly what they've got. So, as I said, plenty of seafood. We've got mussels, we've got clams, we've got something called coquinas, which I'm not sure exactly in English what that is. We've also got some of the chef's suggestions, for example, tuna. We've also got some hake as well. We've got anchovies. We've got an omelette with seafood, with fish in it, basically, and also some grilled fish. And plenty of other types of fish available here, and seafood as well. You can see all of the different types. I'm not going to go through everything here. I'm going to wait for my food to come out, which I think is arriving now. Muchas gracias. Fenomenal. He visto aquí también hay una cosa de mejillones, ¿verdad?
Mejillones que ahora mismo no es temporada.
¿A que no hay?
No hay temporada. Lo único que tengo de mejillones son croquetas.
Ah, vale. Croquetas, pero hasta las 9.
Sí, claro, hasta las 9.
Bueno, yo espero
hasta
entonces.
Las 9.
Venga, gracias. And the service is also very, very good. No complaints whatsoever about that. Smiling faces, friendly people. Of course, you've got to speak the language to get the most out of your experience here in Spain, I would say, because I don't know whether people would speak English in a place like this, but it doesn't matter, right? So what have I got on the plate here? Let me get the camera and show you exactly what I've got. So this is the salad. It's like a ensaladilla rusa or a Russian salad. We've got some seafood in here as well, potatoes, mayonnaise. Let's see what it's like. That's tasty. I could eat this every day as a little tapper, of course. And here in the south of Spain, they've got different plate sizes. You can order a small one like this or a bigger size if you're 2 or 3 people and get stuck into it as well. It's all about sharing food in places like this one here. I've also been given some of these dried breadsticks, which I'll try and get open, and they'll give you this. I'll give you a packet of these in every place that you go to here in the south as well. In the rest of the country, not necessarily. You might get bread, but here it's the dried bread variety. And this salad, like a potato salad with prawns in it, very, very tasty. It's not a Russian salad. I might have said that before. It's a potato salad. And it's creamy. Everything's well cooked. The potatoes are soft. Beautiful. And the seafood, I'm not sure exactly what's going on. I think there's a bit of octopus there, or maybe that's some type of prawn. There's also these other little things which we call crab sticks. I think there's some crab stick in here as well. So is that seafood? I don't know, but I'm not complaining. It's really hitting the spot, that's for sure. And when the kitchen opens, I'm going to try some fried fish and see what the quality of that's like as well. But these 2 cold things that I've had, I imagine this is also quite tasty as well. I'll find out in a minute. Let's wash it down with some of this beer. Cruz Campo. I know what some people are saying. I've been a little bit critical of Cruz Campo in the past, saying it's not one of my favourite beers. But here in the south, where the weather's warm, this goes down an absolute treat. Now, this octopus salad, similar to what you would get in Portugal. I've seen this in Portugal. And here in Spain, a different way of doing this. Let's see if the octopus is tender. It is. A little bit of texture to it, as you would expect. And the other things that we've got here, the onion and the parsley add to the flavours of this dish. And with a good quality olive oil, which is what we've also got here. It's also hitting the spot and opening up my appetite for that fried fish, which should be coming out soon as that kitchen opens. Now, if you're not familiar with this part of Seville, as I said, around 17 kilometres from the capital city, Seville, it's a residential town. Lots of people here would be working in the capital city, I imagine, from Monday to Friday, spending their weekends here or coming here in the evening. A little bit quieter, of course, doesn't have the same traffic issues as you'd get in the capital city. And the prices here are also reasonable as well, especially when it comes to food. You'll see the prices at the end of the video. Not expensive at all for what I'm eating. If you speak Spanish, you might have picked up in the conversation before that I tried to order some mussels, but apparently it's not mussel season, so they're not on the menu at the moment. And just going back to this octopus salad that I've got on the plate at the moment, very, very similar to what I've eaten in Portugal, the same style. The only difference is that in Portugal, they'll most likely have coriander in the mix, but here only parsley. And it's lovely. So, my first little plate finished. Let's finish this one as well. Then I'll take a look at the menu and try and work out what I'm going to order from the fish list. Now, I'll just get this out of the way. And let's see what I'm going to order from this menu. Lots of fried fish, which is what you would expect in the south of Spain. Obviously, it would be more common on the coast, but also here in Seville, I imagine they do a very, very good fried fish. Had some yesterday or last night, and it was very nice. So I'm looking to repeat that experience. So I think I'm going to go for the boquerones or anchovies or whitebait, whatever you call them. I think I'm going to go for one of those. I'm also going to go for some chocos, which is squid, chipirrones as well, probably, and that's about it, I think. And maybe what they call here rosada frita. Oh, they've also got croquetas, which I might try as well. The mussel croqueta, which looks interesting. So I'll order that, wait for it to come out, and might have a glass of wine as well. Why not?
Tortillita.
Muy bien, muchas gracias. So the first thing that I've ordered has arrived, and this is a tortillita de camarón. Camarón is a small prawn. Basically, it's a prawn fritter, if you like. Don't know how many prawns are in these, and some other ingredients as well, but plenty of flour. And it should be crispy, which I imagine it is. Let's see.
Las croquetas de mejillón.
Muchas gracias. My croquetas have arrived as well. Put those over there. Get stuck into those in just a moment. But this is a very good quality tortillita, that is for sure. It's crunchy. It's flavoursome. Got the taste of those prawns coming through as well. The other ingredients, some parsley in here as well. Absolute treat. And when you're in the south of Spain, this is what you eat. When you come to a place like this that specialises in this type of thing, you've got to try it. Crispy, crunchy, flavoursome, not too oily, which is the way it should be. And just enough for one. Sometimes you'll eat these and they won't have much flavour, but this one does. And the crunch, not sure what's being picked up that sound, given how much noise there is, but it's crunchy. El vino.
El vino, ¿no?
The only thing that's missing is my wine, which I think they forgot about, but I've just reordered, should be here soon. This has been a great way to start the meal. Well, not really started because I had those other things before, but the second part of the meal. All right. The second thing that I've got here, also fried. So my waistline is going to suffer today, that's for sure. But it's going to be worth it. The wine's arrived. Gracias. That's a cold glass of white wine, and it's going to accompany this food perfectly. Now let's get stuck into these croquetas or croquettes. Mussel croquetas. I've never had that before. Mejillón, croqueta de mejillón in Spanish. Let's open it up. Look at that bechamel. The pieces of mussel that are in here. I imagine it's mussels in brine. Wouldn't be fresh mussels, I don't think. But I'm looking for that mussel taste. Let's see. That's the first thing that hits you, is that taste of mussels. And also the bechamel.
Boquerón.
Muchas gracias. As more food arrives, I couldn't resist. I'll put that over there and get stuck into it in just a moment. That's my favourite way to eat that, I will say. But these croquetas, these mussel croquettes, are fantastic. There's some other flavours as well I can't quite put my finger on. Perfectly seasoned. I'm really enjoying them. Not the typical croquetas that you get here in Spain, which are mostly ham and basically ham. You can get some other ones as well, but the majority of times you'll be eating ham croquettes. And this is something different and a nice. That's that one done and dusted. I'm not going to eat the chips. That'll be going overboard. So let's put that over there. And let's take a look at this one here, which are the boquerones. Open, which is typical in some parts of the south. If you order this in Madrid, they won't be opened up like this and cleaned. They'll normally just be like a whole fish with the bones in them as well. But these have been deboned, got the tail on them still. You can see what we're dealing with here. And this also, I might have mentioned it before, but it's one of my favorite ways to eat this type of fish here. And basically the way that you deal with these is that they just go straight in, perfectly fried, not too greasy, which is important, perfectly salted. I've ordered well, in my opinion at least. Let's watch it down with a glass of this white wine. This is not a local wine, it's from the north of the country. But a nice cold white wine on a day like today where the weather's perfect, not too hot, because this part of Spain in the summer months boiling. It's around 30 today, I think, which is just perfect. And to sit outside in a t-shirt as I am, there's people walking around with shorts on as well. Spring has arrived, summer's on its way, and these are absolutely delightful. What can I say? Absolutely delightful. Spanish people today out and about. As I said, the weather's good. They want to sit outside. They want to meet friends. They want to have something to eat, have a drink, have a chat. And that's what's going on, as you can see, by all of the people that have been walking up and down this street. On Saturday night, like it is, more and more people are going to be doing the same thing. Because with weather like this, you want to be outdoors. Final fish. I'm not sure if I've ordered something else. I don't think I have. I'll ask the waitress. ¿Falta una cosa aquí? Sí, ¿no?
Falta dos cosas.
Ah, sí.
El choco y otra cosa más que no lo he traído del tirón para no.
Vale, vale. Es que era para saber. So 2 more things coming out. So I'm going to be full. That one's done. Let's get that one out of the way as well.
Choco y buñuelo.
Choco. Okay. So I've still got some squid to come out, choco, and also another thing which is typical here in Spain in the south, with some seafood from the north of the country called a buñuelo. I think that's what it's called, buñuelo. And this wine's going down an absolute treat. And the service is good here too, that is for sure. So that's going to get a high score, the service. And the food so far has been excellent, perfectly fried. It's not that heavy fry that you get with a fish and chips where you eat, half a piece of fish, too greasy. Here the fish is fried lightly, light batter or flour, if you like. It's not even a batter, just flour. It's quickly in and out of the hot oil, and it's a treat. Now I think the final 2 things that I have ordered are ready. I can see them over there on the bench, or at least I think it's mine. I'm not sure. We'll wait and see. But I'm really enjoying sitting outside here with the atmosphere that you get in these outdoor seating areas. Muchas gracias. Gracias. These outdoor seating areas here in Spain. I think this is what I have ordered. So I've gone for some squid and also this other thing here, which I think was buñuelo. Now, as I said, I'm not 100% sure what that buñuelo is. I might have to look it up. But again, more fried food. So tomorrow will definitely be a day of exercise, that's for sure. Now the size of this one means that I'm going to have to cut into it with a knife, I think. Can't use my fingers, so just organise that. And again, I'm looking for a perfectly cooked piece of squid ring. Again, the way that it's fried is just so light. It's like you're not eating a fried dish at all to some extent, especially compared to some of those heavy batters that I mentioned before that you get maybe in the UK and Australia. Nothing like that at all. You can see it's just flour on the outside, cooked in oil, and away you go. Got some lemon here, which I'm going to put over the top, give it a little bit of extra flavour, but it doesn't really need it. Yo pensaba que sí. So there was a mistake, as you just saw there. She took one dish away, gave me this other one, which is the buñuelo, and that is what I was expecting, what I've got on the plate here now. So I'm going to have to take another photo, but it doesn't matter. The other thing looked good, I will say, and this squid is perfect. Tender, it's well seasoned, not chewy. You saw how easy the knife cuts into it. This place does fried seafood, fried fish, fried seafood very, very well, with the perfect combination. Might have to order another glass. I'll do that in just a moment. ¿Me pones otro pedazo cuando pueda? Sí. Gracias. So the squid's gone down quickly. I'm almost full. One more thing to go. Not get too messy. And let's get stuck into this as well. And this is the buñuelo. Tamburiñas, was it? I think it was, which is a type of seafood from the north. I'll just check the menu to make sure that is exactly what it is. Carabineros. Okay, so that's a type of seafood as well. I'll put a picture on the screen. It's a type of prawn, I think. So this is like another prawn. It's not a croquette, I don't think. It doesn't have the same consistency. But the smell and the taste, it's almost like a fatter version of the first thing that I had. Similar flavors going on. But you can see the seafood in here. So if I get this piece of seafood out, excuse my fingers, you can see the prawn there. That's what's giving it all the flavor. This one should be exactly the same. It's the perfect size for one person. If you're here with a partner or with a couple of people, you order a different size. This is perfect for one. I think that's my glass of wine. Muchas gracias. So I'm going to finish this off, ask for the bill, finish my wine, and give you my final thoughts on the meal experience today. So the bill has arrived, as you can see. How much do you think it's going to be for all of the food that I have had today? You might be in for a surprise. So the beer that I had, €1.80. The octopus, €3.80. The salad, let's call it here ensaladilla, that potato salad that I had before with the prawns in it, €3.80. The croquetas, I think it is, €3.50. The tortillita, that prawn fritter that I had, is also, well, €2.20. The small fish that I had, €3.80. 2 glasses of wine, €5.20. The squid, €3.80. And the final thing that I ate, €3.80. And the bread, 50 cents. Total price, €32.20, which I think is value for money. Let me know in the comment section below, because quite easily 2 people could have eaten what I had today. I eat a lot, and that's the way it is. 2 glasses of wine, a beer, all of that food, €32.20. I don't think it's expensive. Sitting outside here, beautiful night. Let me know what you think. I'm going to wrap the video up. My final thoughts on all of the food that I've had. No complaints whatsoever. Perfectly fried, all of the seafood dishes there, all of the fish dishes, no complaints whatsoever. It was the exact taste that I was expecting when it comes to the prawns and all of the other things. No complaints. The service, very, very good. I'm happy with the price. What more do you want? And as I said, sitting outside here now in this environment, fantastic. Questions and comments, leave them in that section below. Give me your opinions on everything that I've had today. Is it something that you would like to eat? All of these fried dishes. And as I said, it's not a heavy fry. It's a perfect fry. So you can walk away from the table with a good sensation. Ahora mismo. She's pressuring me to pay the bill because there's people waiting for the table, so I'll wrap this up quickly. Questions and comments, as I said, in the section below. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you didn't. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so that you never miss a video when I publish it. Until the next one, hasta luego from a warm spring night here in the province of Seville, southern Spain. Hasta luego.